My name is Matthew, and for my final project, I chose to write a song about Joseph and his brothers from the story Genesis in the Bible. So, first, I would like to present the lyrics of the song because I feel like those mainly highlight the themes we've discussed when we read the story and the themes that were prominent in other stories, such as sibling rivalries, jealousy, envy, family conflicts, and so on. So, I will read the lyrics. If I were Joseph, the first thing that I'd do is I'd show off my coat of many colors to you. The coat of many colors was a symbolism of almost like favoritism from Joseph's father, and that's how his brothers saw it. So they were jealous of the coat that was presented to Joseph because he was selected to be the king. I'd watch your envy grow, as I just discussed, see it burn like a flame, while you all just stand there whispering my name. I'd hear your voices rise as you plot behind my back, again, the sibling rivalry, and I'd watch the hatred grow while I turn my back. If I were Joseph, I'd know the pain inside, the brothers' jealousy, how they try to make me hide. If I were Joseph, I'd be sold so far away, torn from my family, never knowing what they'd say. I'd find myself in chains, just a boy and so alone, while you all sat in the fields with your hands on your own. The desert sun would scorch as I'd be led away, but I'd hold my faith and I'd trust in brighter days. This is when Joseph was first in Egypt and he was a slave. He was working in the fields under the sun in hard, long days. If I were Joseph, I'd rise to see my fate, and I'd make them all regret the day they sealed my fate. If I were Joseph, I'd be serving Pharaoh's land, as he was a slave. But deep inside my heart, I'd still be longing for my kin's hand. Even though his brothers turned him away, he still loved his family, and the family dynamic that we see in other stories still stayed the same, and he still loved and was longing for his family's hands. I'd see your faces years later in my empire's gates, begging for mercy, all of you full of shame and hate. I'd stare you down as you knelt at my feet, knowing well that God's will had made us all complete. If I were Joseph, I'd know what love could be. I'd forgive my brothers and set their spirits free. If I were Joseph, I'd break the chains you made, let go of the hurt and let go of the rage. I'd welcome you in as the prodigal returns, show you all the grace that in my heart still burns. The years would fade away as I'd embrace the past, for in the end, forgiveness was the only thing that lasts. If I were Joseph, I'd know just what to do, and I'd heal the wounds between me and you. If I were Joseph, I'd say loud and clear, the past is gone, and now the future's here. I'd tell you all, there's nothing we can't overcome. Our family's bond is strong, and in the end will be one. The dream I had so long ago would finally come to pass, for in the grace of family, the love will always last. If I were Joseph, I'd know the truth inside, that family's love can heal the wounds that time can hide. That family's love can heal the wounds that time can hide. Again, I made this song almost like a story, have a turn for the better, just like we see in Joseph's story when he forgives his brothers. No matter what Joseph went through, the family dynamic and the family bond, as I said here, is so strong, and in the end, they'll be one. No matter the truth or the wounds that Joseph had, he still chose to forgive him. So the chords I used were A minor, C, G, and F minor add 7. So to introduce the song, I created the song, like I said earlier, inspired by the story of Joseph as told in the book of Genesis. It reflects the themes of family conflict, jealousy, and forgiveness all along the lines of family dynamic. I chose this specific reading because, first of all, I'm a devout Christian, so I love spending time in the Word of God, in the Bible. And out of all those stories that I had, Cain and Abel, I liked Joseph and his brothers because I felt like I can do more with the song because there was more to go off of. Of course, the code, the forgiveness, the time in Egypt, and it just stood out to me emotionally. The project captures the essence of the conflict in the text, because as I discussed in the lyrics, within the very lyrics of the song, it talks about jealousy, envy, and the more prominent themes of sibling rivalry, favoritism that we learn in other texts. So my project through the lyrics, which is what I believe is one of the most important parts of the song. That's how you convey a message. That's how it expresses the conflict. And the lessons we learn through the story is that while painful, while hard, conflicts would lead to personal growth and, of course, family growth, and it transforms people. It also emphasizes the importance of forgiveness and the potential for reconciliation. Forgiveness, of course, and it connects to the class because it shows me that family conflicts are a part of every culture and history, as we learned in other books, texts, and videos or films, and they're universal themes, really. And how can we avoid or deal with conflict for a more positive outcome? I think that the story of Joseph demonstrates this because of course it was a lighter end, because he chose to forgive his brothers, and in our own lives we can learn to address these issues early on. We learn through other people, hopefully not by making mistakes in these cases. And the song's message, the final lines, express this idea that the grace of family, the love will always last. It's almost a reminder that our family bonds are stronger than any conflict. And the assessment of the use of family conflict across cultures and time. So, of course, I said the universal themes of family conflict, the family dynamic, jealousy, envy, sibling rivalry. It's universal, and it impacts across time. So, in conclusion, my song captures the emotional journey of Joseph, a young man who was broken apart from his family, betrayed, and he founded healing through forgiveness. And I hope the song reflects this powerful message that we find in the Word of God.